Hey, it's Ella. Thank you for being here with me. And I am at the LA airport currently waiting to board my flight. It doesn't leave for another like 2.5 hours, so um, I've got plenty of time to kill. So I thought that I would go ahead and record a vlog. Um, this has been a very long trip so far. It's been completely uneventful, so I have absolutely no complaints. Except for the fact that American messed up my flight, my return flight again, and they actually had me staying in LA for I think like a 28-hour layover. It was a mistake because my flight left Hong Kong technically on March the 6th. And then I arrived into LA at about 9 p.m. on March the 5th. So, because crossing over the Meridian line, so, it's kind of like going back in time. But anyway, the agent who originally booked me on that didn't realize, and this was the rebooking. So when American canceled the flight between Hong Kong and LA, and they booked me on Cathay Pacific going Hong Kong to LA. That's when she made the faux pas and put me on a flight leaving out over a day later, so from LA. So as you can tell, I'm very tired. The flight between Hong Kong and LA was only about 13 hours, but for whatever reason it felt so much longer than it did on the way there. And on the way there it was like 16 hours. So I don't know. It's probably just because I'm tired and I'm ready to be back home so I can start get things going there as far as my next steps and my next stage of my life. So I did practice yoga this morning, and this morning, what morning was it even? On March the 5th in Bali. And I actually recorded it. I recorded most of the flow. I did most of the flow that we created as our exam sequence. So it's a 90-minute flow, but I didn't do the whole thing. I did most of it. Now I can't even remember what I left out, but I didn't leave out a whole lot because I was still on the mat for over an hour. So anyway, I wanted to make sure that I had a really good, solid, strong yoga practice though before doing all this traveling. And I do have my travel mat, so, but honestly, my body is so tired. I'm really wishing that I had some props handy so I could do some more restorative poses, like maybe child's pose on a bolster. That would be nice. I'd probably fall asleep. So anyway, it's still, the flow is still on my phone, so I don't have a whole lot of video space left. I deleted the end of it where I was mostly doing the cool down. But I have like 38 minutes, and I was thinking that I would, I'm going to need my computer to do this, but I will pull it off my phone, and then I can, up the speed by like, I don't know, probably I'll try 4 times and see how that looks. But it's really kind of cool to see myself in poses because I haven't had a mirror, to see myself in the poses, and I'm not going to have that probably most places that I end up practicing. So anyway, you'll notice that I am not wearing my mask. I've been wearing it like as I'm walking around, as I'm interacting with people, you know, and actually there are very, very few people here at the LA airport wearing masks. It's really interesting. It went from everybody was wearing a mask to almost no one wearing a mask. So it's really fascinating to me.
Attention
But
passengers.
the other thing
Please
that I am doing
maintain
is
contact
washing
with
my
your personal
hands
belongings at all times.
just a
Do
ridiculous
not
amount.
leave your baggage
And
unattended.
washing my hands
All
very, very
unattended
thoroughly
baggage or packages
and
will be promptly
often.
removed by law
My
enforcement
hands are
personnel.
now dry and cracked because I've been washing them so much and so thoroughly over the last 36 hours, but I don't care. I refuse to get sick. So, um, and you know, people should be exercising good hand washing practice anyway. It's really sad that it takes a pandemic level virus to, you know, get that through people's heads that they should be washing their hands thoroughly and often. But, you know, it takes what it takes, I guess. Um, Very nice thing. On both of my flights that I've already been on, the one from Denpasar to Hong Kong, I had 2 seats to myself. So it was just a grouping of 2. So I had both seats to myself. So I got to spread out a little bit. And then on the long flight from Hong Kong to LA, I had 3 seats to myself. So I actually could almost lie down. My legs were all scrunched up since I'm tall, but and I did a modified version of legs up the wall. Um, so it was legs up the side of the airplane. But it really, really helps. It helps so much with circulation. And then once I was waiting for the restroom at one point, and I did some yoga poses there while I was just standing there waiting, and that felt really, really good. So I also listened back to the feedback that Deep gave me. I made a whole video about it. So if you haven't seen that, then give it a watch. But I listened back to that feedback and just hearing his encouraging words. It just really means a lot to me. It really does. It means a lot. So I am going to keep this going. You know, I'm going to keep this going, and yeah, this is going to be my career. So it absolutely is. Yeah. I'm excited about that. So, also coming back to the States, I thought that I would feel happier about it than I actually feel. One thing about Bali is the people are so kind and considerate, and it's just it is a whole other world. It really is. And so being back in LA, it's like a reverse culture shock. It's like, oh, right, I'm back in the US where literally no one cares, or, you know, everyone acts like they don't care about anyone except themselves. And it's like a free for all, push people out of your way, walk in front of people and stop, like the whole 9 yards. It's just like the whole feel of it, the whole attitude is it's just very different than what I've been living in for the last month. So it's weird. It's very weird. Um, you know, it's okay. I mean, at least I don't live in LA. I'm so glad I don't live in LA. I couldn't live here. I just could not. Um, yeah, I haven't really done any. I tried to do some journaling, I tried to do some reading, and it's just like, no, my whole my whole being is just exhausted. I have a feeling that when I get back to my friend's house where I'm staying, that I'm gonna be sleeping a lot for a couple days, and I'm okay with that. It's warranted. So, yeah, I look forward to.
Welcome to Los Angeles. This is Mayor Eric Garcetti. It is
There's a
always an
message from
honor
the
to host our
mayor
troops and their
on the
loved ones
loudspeaker.
right here in the City of Angels.
Okay.
Current members of the military and their family members are invited to
So
visit the Bob Hope
looks like things
USO,
are starting to
located
close
on the
down for the
arrivals
night.
level
So
across
I
from Terminal
guess
2.
if I'm gonna get some
The Bob
water,
Hope USO is open
I need to
24
get
hours
on
a
that.
day and is available to current members of the
I was
military
thinking that
and
since
their
this is
family
LA
members
and
with
flights
valid
leave at
military
all
identification.
hours, that
On behalf of the people of Los Angeles,
certain,
thank you
at
for your
least
service
like
to our nation.
newsstands and stuff would stay open with snacks and whatever. So hopefully they will. Hopefully there's still going to be something open. Also, I'm really not happy about having to pay U.S. airport prices for water again. That's a real bummer.
Kevin
But
Simpson, please call ACC. Kevin, please call ACC.
I'm just that much closer to being home, so I am grateful for so much. I'm grateful for this journey. I'm grateful that I took the leap to do this training. I'm grateful to now have my certified yoga instructor. Um, I have it. I have my certification now, and I earned it. I earned that bad boy. I really did. I definitely worked harder for this than I've worked for anything since getting out of. Well, it's not worth talking about here, really. My life is now. My life is right now. Everything that happened in the past brought me to this moment, but it really doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't define me. It doesn't. It's, my life is right now. And I think that attitude shift is possibly what I am most grateful for. Because that shift is now like, it's in my bone marrow. It's so deep. So I feel it so strongly and so powerfully. And I'm just really grateful. There's no other way to say it. I'm extremely grateful. I'm also really grateful for everyone who's been thinking good thoughts, sending me love, praying for me, whatever you've been doing to keep the positive and the strength coming to me. I want you to know that I can feel it and that I deeply appreciate it. So I'm not worried about getting sick. I really don't. It's not in the cards for me. That said, I'm not stupid, and I'm practicing really good hygiene. So, so anyway, but yeah, there's nothing to worry about unless you create something to worry about. Yeah, and sometimes, I don't want to. Oh man, I don't want to sound like I'm simplifying anxiety and worry, because I'm not trying to do that. I think about a situation that one of my dear friends is going through right now with her kid, and it's like I don't personally feel worried because I know everything's going to work out for this kid and for this situation in general. I know that. But I can't imagine being my friend. I can't imagine what it's like to be in her shoes, dealing with all of the things that she's having to deal with firsthand, 24/7. I can't imagine how tough that is. And you are loved, you are fully supported, and you are never alone. I just want you to know that. And with that, I'm going to close. So thank you so much for being here with me, and I will see you tomorrow.